I want to start by kind of explaining the way we usually run a duct system. As you can see, this main trunk line here is all hard pipe, insulated with fiberglass insulation. All of our seams are taped together with an FKS tape, and then we always paint over the seams with mastic paint. That keeps the tape from ever wanting to peel off. Then we come down here, we got 2 branch runs basically. And one thing about our branch supply runs that's very unique is we use a manual damper in each run. That way we're able to adjust the airflow to each room of the house. If we have a room that's maybe not used as much, that needs a little less air, and you want to shoot that air to a different part of the house, we can do that. It can always be adjusted after the fact. Then you come over here to our ceiling boot. One thing that's pretty unique about it is we always use only insulated ceiling boots from the factory. You could use a cheaper ceiling boot that you insulate on the job. They're just not near as good. These right here pretty much reduce most of the sweating that you'll see in some situations. All right, we got some more duct work here running through the attic. Here again, we got hard pipe trunk lines painted with our paint mastic. We got it strapped up every few feet just to secure it good. In this particular house, we actually have 3 returns. 3 returns is better than 1 just because you're going to keep the airflow more even temperatures in the house. Most houses only have 1, but anytime that we can add returns, that is nice. Here again, everything in here as far as branch runs are going to have the manual dampers that we can adjust the airflow to each room if necessary. All right, what we have here is 2 air handlers. They're going to have outdoor heat pumps tied to them. This is 2-stage equipment. It's 2 separate duct systems sitting on the same plenum box. Plenum box is divided, so they're not sharing a return. We have 2 April Air media filters on these systems. They do a really good job of filtering the system. Basically, you snap the door off, change the accordion style filter. These guys right here usually last up to about 6 months before they need changing. And they just, they do a much better job at filtering a system than a standard 1-inch filter. Also, something we do is we add safety switches to each air handler. What this will do is if your main drain line were to become stopped up for some reason, instead of overflowing and flooding your house, this switch right here is going to turn your system off and not allow it to run anymore. Usually your thermostat will go blank, which will indicate, hey, there's a problem with a safety switch somewhere. So this little guy right here is real important to any system. That way you do not flood your house. One thing I would like to point out is all of our air handlers, we usually put them inside of a all welded auxiliary drain pan. This pan should never have water in it, but just in case there were to be a spill, this welded pan would catch it. It's something that we have custom built from the machine shop. Also, anytime our copper line sets penetrate through plywood, or if it was going through like a brick foundation, we always put what they call a MA connector in there. It protects that line set from ever vibrating and getting a cut in it through whether it be siding or, like I said, a concrete foundation.